So let's have a look at the lineups.
Here are the Zimbabwe team for this afternoon's game. Jani, a real spearhead in that goal shooter position. And keep an eye on that goal defence role, Kwanga. She's been sensational, hunting and flying for ball left, right and centre. Some depth on the bench too for the Zimbabwe girls. Here are the Sunshine Girls of Jamaica. Janelle Fowler in the shooting circle with Shanice Beckford getting the start today. We saw Romelda Aiken in that goal attack position yesterday. Thomas and Dixon in the attacking midcourt, and Katie-Ann Dehaney getting a start at goalkeeper in replace of Shamira Sterling.
Helen George and Kate Stevenson, the reserve umpire Janet Edlin. The ball carrier for this one is Sarah Bernard.
Well, they've had a disappointment week, really, haven't they, Jamaica? They would certainly have been shooting for a lot higher than this game. But for now, it's Zimbabwe they have to worry about. Zimbabwe underway here at M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool.
Rowan, in the circle.
Straight away, the error forced by that Jamaican defence.
It's another huge opportunity for Zimbabwe today to test themselves against the higher ranked nations. Obviously, as we know, debuting in this World Cup, they've been unbelievable in parts throughout this tournament, and a huge opportunity to test themselves against the best of the Caribbean.
Replaying goal attack, free
and
pass.
that's just a little bit of, well, I don't know, lack of concentration, I suppose, by Shanice Beckford.
Help ball.
Straight away, though, Jamaica win it back.
Three errors to get this game going.
Advantage centre obstruction. Jamaica.
Janelle Fowler, absolute rock star for Jamaica. Second in terms of volume, and second only to that really very accomplished shooter, Sivalingam from Sri Lanka. And second in accuracy, but really when you look at the volume that Fowler's put up, really I think as far as I'm concerned, she would be the most accurate shooter.
Contact centre.
Jamaica doing a good job just squeezing all the pressure here ball side. There's no easy opening. The big swing comes to find some free space. It's hard work.
Well, is that a vuvuzela?
Fans here have been sensational supporting Zimbabwe.
Thought they'd been run out of production.
Contact goalkeeper.
They're hanging in there.
Yep.
Much easier for Jamaica.
Throw in, goal third.
Jodie-Ann Ward, the goal defence for the Sunshine Girls, has often been coming into the game off the bench. Stacey-Ann Facey's been the preferred starting goal defence in most of their matches. Gets the call up into the top lineup today.
Well, it's an interesting lineup from Jamaica, isn't it, too? Because, as you mentioned, no Shamira Sterling there. It's Katie-Ann Dehaney playing out for the Melbourne Vixens in Australia.
We also saw yesterday Romelda Aiken play in that goal attack role against Uganda, and actually did quite a good job, didn't she? She shot extremely well and also linked that circle quite nicely. A little bit unorthodox, but effective nonetheless.
Kwangla.
Zimbabwe.
Golly.
Hold time.
And Delovu under all sorts of pressure.
Well, she had Dehaney coming from the back and Ward coming from the front.
Oh, strong from Jani.
Jamaica. Wing defence.
If Zimbabwe today can play their possession game that the African nations are renowned for, they certainly can frustrate the Jamaican defence. There's no question about that. It's a matter of discipline of keeping retention of that ball.
Zimbabwe.
They're loving that far side of the court, aren't they, Zimbabwe? That's better. Well, Zimbabwe holding their own in the early stages.
We see that play a lot from the African nations. They draw in the defenders to a certain area of the court and then unleash with a long ball. to the opposite side.
Zimbabwe. Advantage obstruction wing attack. Advantage wing obstruction. It's obstruction centre.
Our patience from Zimbabwe, and yes, the big step. Trademark from Pauline Jani. She does the twirl, the step.
Doesn't mind the extra pressure from the defenders. Nicely done.
Wow, good effort from Karumi.
Lacks height in that
Reset, please,
goalkeeper position, but
play.
unbelievably aggressive and tenacious in how she plays. Who needs height when you've got that type of approach?
Zimbabwe.
So just to
Zimbabwe.
repeat it, the winner from this game will go forward into the playoff for 5th and 6th. And they'll go up against the winner of the game following this one. That's between Malawi and Uganda. Beautiful view there of that baseline drive from Jani, and she finishes.
Jamaica.
It's really important for the Sunshine Girls today that they do put out a performance that is of high quality. They want to finish this World Cup on the best possible terms. Although
Contact,
5th
goal
isn't
defence.
ideal for them, they certainly don't want to end
Goal
up
defence.
6th or lower than that. So it's a must-win game, obviously, but also the performance is probably what
Zimbabwe.
matters most importantly.
Yeah, they've had a rough ride. They were always in for a rough ride because of the draw. They were in that group with England and South Africa from the get-go.
Contact wing.
Well, it's a good point, Jenny,
Goalkeeper
because
obstruction.
it could have easily been the story of England or South Africa if they happened to lose those first couple of games. So one of the top 5 countries is always going to have, I guess, a disastrous World Cup because of the draw in that regard. Unfortunately for Jamaica, it's them this time around.
Advantage obstruction centre.
Well, there's so much discussion, isn't it, about the rankings, the draws, how they do it,
Zimbabwe.
when they do it, because I think that is something that possibly benefited New Zealand, I have to say, from about when the draw was made. At the time, they were, I think, ranked 2nd in the world, and we know that that didn't last terribly long.
Advantage obstruction, goal defence.
Oh, hanging in there, Zimbabwe, really impressive. Good defence through the mid-court from Zimbabwe. No easy avenue
Contact,
forward for
goalkeeper, penalty.
Jamaica.
Yeah. Reset, goalkeeper. You need to be out of play.
Oh, brilliant outside arm, almost. Kwanga has been so impressive in this World Cup, the goal defence for Zimbabwe.
Advantage obstruction wing attack.
Oh,
Contact,
almost.
centre third.
Oh, that's
New contact, centre third.
cheeky from Nicole Dixon.
Oh, again, the baseline, it seems to be open. Footwork call, though. Finding good space along that baseline, though, in that goal circle.
Where you are.
So Dehaney gets Jamaica going through Vangelie Williams. Dixon now on the top of the circle.
Jamaica.
Well, when they do it like that, Jamaica make it look easy. They move out to an 11-8 lead. Looking back through the history books, I was trying to find whether or not these two countries had ever met. They certainly haven't at a World Cup, which is obvious, given Zimbabwe hasn't been at one before.
Zimbabwe.
And I couldn't find any record of any previous encounters.
Oh, the long ball, Jodie-Ann Ward lurking around for that one. And the fast break from the Sunshine Girls as well. Over the top to Fowler. It's good transition from
goalkeeper,
defence to
advantage goal.
attack. Love the commitment from Ward. Love the commitment from Zimbabwe at the back.
Zimbabwe.
It's important 6 minutes here for the African nation, just to keep the scoreboard pressure on Jamaica.
Centre obstruction.
They don't want them to run away with this game too quickly, too
Goal
early.
attack obstruction.
This passage of play important. Ward looking
Contact,
again.
goal defence.
She's dangerous in that mid-court.
Centre obstruction. With the centre.
Not that time.
Running
Dehaney comes away with the rebound. Oh, good spoiling. Clarence Kwaramba. Wing defence for Zimbabwe. She has played all but 6 minutes of Zimbabwe's entire campaign. Tireless.
One robust athlete right there. Good swing to open up the circle and over the top to Johnny. Steps in, doesn't mind.
Jamaica.
100% for her so far.
So they've got it back to 5, Zimbabwe. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first. Nice hands, Janelle Fowler. There are 38 centimetres between her and Karumi.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Zimbabwe play the defensive structures against Fowler. It's really important that they do the work at the front of the circle.
No, free pass.
Apply that pressure to see if they can get a misfeed coming in.
Contact, goalkeeper. Inside. Contact, goal defence. Contact, goalkeeper.
Well, Johnny doing the job for Zimbabwe. Oh, a very young fan. And an even smaller little fan. Well, I'm sure he's
Contact,
taking a
goal
lot in.
defence.
I think he was he because of the little blue cardigan, but
Yep.
I don't know if people still stick
Advantage
to those
offside
rules.
wing defence.
Having such a great time, he's having a nap.
Half time, injury, goal attack.
So here's a change for Zimbabwe. And I think this is Sharon Buanali coming on.
We see this all the time with Zimbabwe, that goal attack change. We'll probably expect to see it happen again as the game goes on.
Oh, nice offload from Jani. So Buanali quickly on the board.
Definite part of the game plan in the Zimbabwe front line to really try and open up that baseline and drive it hard. Get a lot of access through their goal attacks in that position. Just sitting back to 2-on-1 against Fowler. Leaves Beckford all alone and she makes them pay.
Zimbabwe. Spanish breaking, wing attack.
So there's the Zimbabwe lineup for you now. Just that change coming up. There you can see Buanali on at goal attack.
Good hands to Haney. Full of range.
Goal defence.
Well, that was the reverse pivot that time.
Jamaica.
She's got it all.
Oh, I'd love to see her on the dance floor. In fact, I'd love to see all these Zimbabwe. Actually, come to that, the whole 14 players on court.
Obstruction. Advantage
Both
goal.
countries known for
Zimbabwe.
their rhythm.
Advantage break.
That's spectacular.
Oh, great ball, great vision. And a great little
Goalkeeper,
surge here
yes.
from Zimbabwe. Hanging tough in this opening quarter. Nkwanga just sitting back in that goal circle to play a 2-on-1, but they still find the access to Fowler.
Offside centre. Free pass Jamaica. Zimbabwe.
So just under 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. 19-13, Jamaica over Zimbabwe. Oh, that's a call, I think. She wants the ball.
Again, beautiful work, landing that ball so close to the baseline. Hard to turn that ball over from Zimbabwe.
Contact, goal attack.
Oh, good work, Beckford.
Contact,
She's
goal
really
defence.
making the defensive
Goal
duo
defence out of
pay
play.
for sitting back so deep on Fowler.
Zimbabwe.
Beckford having a field day with the in and outs. Good coverage from Ward. Great backup from Dehaney, and away they come. Great unit defence from Jamaica. And a bit of ball speed too. That's the flow and timing we love about the Sunshine Girls.
Jamaica.
Up goes Dehaney, and the second effort to keep it in, just as good.
Advantage obstruction, wing defence. Marking out a court goalkeeper advantage goal.
Yes, you could see Karumi just pushing back against Fowler. Fowler looking a little bemused
Right,
by the
defence.
situation.
In the middle, centre third.
Well, it's a good shooting split for the Sunshine Girls so far. 15 goals at 100% for Fowler and 7 for Beckford, also at 100%. Hard to stop a shooting pair when that split and accuracy is as high as it is.
Obstruction, both out. Jamaica.
Well, Pauline Jani on a mission today, 11 from 11.
That's the quick ball from Dixon. You cannot stop that when it comes in that quickly.
A little smile on the face of Marvet Anderson. Good quarter for Jamaica. They lead Zimbabwe 21-14. In fact, 23-15.
Zimbabwe here on day 8 of the Vitality Netball World Cup. Now Zimbabwe is just one feel-good story to come out of the legacy.
Such great service and longevity for
Footwork,
Lloyd.
wing attack, free pass.
So here's a chance here for Jamaica just to start off this second quarter with a bit of a
Centre
dominant
obstruction,
approach.
centre third, centre third.
Romelda Aiken has jumped into the goal shooter position, so Fowler takes a break.
Goalkeeper, it's contact. Take a step in, keeper.
And Stacey Ann
Step
Facey
in.
coming into goal defence too, so
With her, no, with her.
Jodie Ann Ward takes a seat on the bench as well. Beckford continues where she
Jamaica.
left off. Good drive, Thomas.
Advantage,
Good quick
centre
hands.
Obstruction. It's obstruction, keeper.
Romelda Aiken gets her first goal in the game. I always think of Aiken as being the real
Advantage, centre
pioneer, if you
obstruction.
like, from Jamaica. Went out to Australia right at the start of that first ANZ Championship and paved the way for so many other players.
Yeah, she absolutely did, and it's so hard to believe that it was back in 2007 at the World Championships in New Zealand where she was scouted by Vicky Wilson, who picked her up for the Queensland Firebirds. And Romelda obviously arrived in Australia a very shy, a very long and skinny teenager, basically, and she's developed into a really impressive young woman, but a great athlete as well. And as you said, one of the real mainstays of this Jamaican outfit for a number of years.
Contact, goalkeeper.
Very
the
loyal
shooter
to the
is,
Queensland
stand beside,
Firebirds
keeper.
as well. Still there, still playing for them.
Goalkeeper, you need to stand beside. That's it.
I think the loyalty is well and truly proven through the Australian accent now too.
Zimbabwe.
Very minimal Jamaican tones in that voice these days for Romelda.
26-16.
Free
Oh, and a
pass.
break.
Yes.
Those are the errors that Zimbabwe doesn't need.
Just easy pickings out of the air there for Aiken.
Jamaica.
It's just a few mistakes like that, isn't it? They buckle under pressure and they allow teams to get away, get ahead, build momentum.
Oh, good change of the angle, great defence.
Wing defence, obstruction.
Just the placement of the pass letting Jamaica down at
Contact,
times.
goal defence. Where the goal attack is.
Gosh, I thought for a minute Kwalrumba was going to the
Goal defence,
sideline.
stand
That
beside.
barely has been seen
Goal
at this
defence
World Cup. She
beside.
was just retrieving the ball.
Great shot, Beckford.
Zimbabwe. Advantage, contact, wing attack. Contact, goalkeeper on the arm, penalty. Inside, but just take a step forward. There. Goalkeeper obstruction. Advantage goal. Jamaica.
So 4-1 start to this quarter for...
Valid obstruction wing.
5-2, should I say, for Jamaica.
Valid obstruction.
Good double play
Goal
there
defence
from
obstruction.
Beckford and Dixon. Short on the shot, but Aiken, of course, mops up the rebounds.
Zimbabwe. Goal attack contact. In line with me. With the goal attack. Wing defence contact. Advantage contact centre.
Oh, good work, Facey. Just missed the attempt along that baseline.
Jamaica.
Put a bit of doubt in the feeders' minds. Always dangerous to bounce past going away from the ball.
Advantage contact centre and offside.
That's a well-placed feed into the free side.
Zimbabwe.
Beckford adds one more. 10 from 11 for the Jamaican goal attack. Just the one miss and a chase and a tidy up.
Advantage goal attack obstruction. Throw in, centre third.
Nice work from Dean Thomas.
Centre third. Throw in.
She's been one of their better players, Dean Thomas, over the second half of the tournament. She spent quite a bit of time on the bench initially and in and out of the lineup. It seems to make a really good impact when she comes in. Really definite with her drive and attack, and as we've seen, a real fiery defender that can run the ball hard through court. Away they go again, the Sunshine Girls. That's better build-up and an easy opening to their spearhead shooter.
Jamaica. Advantage contact goal defence. Obstruction. Zimbabwe. Jamaica centre third.
9-3 this quarter for the Sunshine Girls.
Advantage obstruction.
So starting to put the foot down.
Obstruction wing.
Could take Aiken with the one hand.
Contact goalkeeper. In line
Karumi.
with me.
Oh, she's dealt with foul. Now she's got
centre
Aiken
side.
on her hands. That height difference now only 36 centimetres.
Jamaica.
What a tournament she's had up against Caitlin Bassett, Maria Folau, the two Jamaican talls. An unbelievable experience for her.
Yeah, so there's that experience as well,
Zimbabwe.
Dan, but she's, she's held, well, she's at times held her own. She's sort of innovative, unorthodox.
Well, she works
Advantage
incredibly hard, and I
contact
think she
attack.
makes all goal shooters that play against her really uncomfortable, and that's what you want to do as a defender. You don't want to give them an easy
wing
day at the
defence.
office as such. Get under their skin, annoy them,
Centre
force
where
some
you are, wing
errors,
defence, come to the
win
centre.
some balls. She's been doing it all this World Cup.
Jamaica.
100% for Pauline Jani, 14 from 14. Doing what she can for this Zimbabwe and Gems team. Nice ball from Aiken to Beckford.
Zimbabwe.
Lovely way that Kwanga takes that centre pass.
Beautiful shooting, accuracy not a problem at all for Zimbabwe.
Advantage break wing.
Kwanga, such a important
Advantage
player
centre
in this Zimbabwe
obstruction.
team, handles the ball so often in attack and on transition.
Advantage obstruction centre.
Needs to find a few more intercepts today.
Well, all she can do on that one is smile, and I don't blame her. There's the Sunshine Girls, not looking quite so sunny today,
Hard
but
time,
they've had a
injury
tough cup,
attack.
haven't they? Another change here for Zimbabwe. I think this is the skipper coming on court. That is indeed. Didn't get the start today, Siachatema, but now on court. She's another one with a style of her own.
Contact wing defence.
Happy to play the ball around Zimbabwe until it opens
Contact
up.
centre,
Good contest
penalty.
from Thomas. He's coming over the top.
And I'm sure it's not often that a Dean Thomas has a height advantage on the edge of the circle.
She'll enjoy that one.
Jamaica.
Ray Aiken. And, oh, lovely baseline drive from Beckford.
It's great skills from Romelda. She was almost playing defence to win that ball back because of the placement. Good coverage from Vangelie Williams to shut down that middle corridor. Yeah, well done, Dixon. She was working hard through that mid-court, picked her moment, come up with possession.
Well, she wanted it back too, but Facey went the other way.
Contact, goal defence. Stand beside, goal defence. Jamaica.
Oh, that's the way to
Goalkeeper
stand out in the
contact.
crowd. Wear a couple of shirts like that.
Don't get many opportunities.
Zimbabwe.
And a missed shot from Jamaica. Got to make them count. 15-6 this quarter to Jamaica.
You keep your eye on Nicole Dixon, wing attack for Jamaica. Every now and then just seems to be rubbing her eyes. Not sure whether she's a little bit dazed or not entirely comfortable.
Contact, goalkeeper.
Heavily strapped quad as well, Dixon. Been carrying that throughout the tournament.
Contact, goal defence. Advantage goal. Jamaica.
Oh, doesn't look too much wrong with her as she takes that centre pass.
Manage contact wing. Obstruction centre. Next to the centre. Our time, please.
Good change of angle there from Romelda. You could see the work and the timing just to present ball side for her feeder. Oh, Dixon again. Good hands.
Obstruction.
Well, she did a nice job there.
Zimbabwe.
The goal attack. Nicole Dixon, nickname of Girly. Well, she was a good girly on that occasion.
She was indeed.
And now Jamaica come again.
Goalkeeper contact, none of that. Jamaica.
(41-22). Comfortable lead now for Jamaica. They're leading this quarter, 17-7.
Zimbabwe.
In fact, it's 19-7.
Playing the ball short and low, over the top. Brave ball.
Out court, throw in Zimbabwe, just inside.
Good hands
Goal
from
attack.
Katie Ann Dehaney.
Only just inside. Keep going. There.
Played in the World Youth Cup for
Marking out
Jamaica
court,
and
centre
Botswana
penalty.
in 2017, so still incredibly young. One of the players of the future for the Sunshine Girls.
Oh, she's got a good nickname too. You know what it
Contact,
is?
goalkeeper.
Please share.
Tall girl.
Step it back, please, goal shooter. That's fine.
That's original, isn't it?
Contact, goal defence, advantage goal. Jamaica. Advantage obstruction centre.
Great numbers for Johnny.
Goalkeeper,
18 from
contact.
18.
Goalkeeper contact in line with me. Goalkeeper
No sign
on the other
of
side.
Joyce Takadza today. She's the shooter who Zimbabwe have normally started, but we saw her getting a nasty, well, I think it was just an arm or a hand across the throat yesterday, taken off to the medical centre. Let's try and see if we can get an update on her condition. So just over 2 minutes remaining in this first half. 20 goals between these two sides. And that's just pressure, isn't it? It's the result of a little bit of strangulation on the part of the Jamaicans. And as soon as Siachatema had passed it, she knew it was the wrong way.
Well, one of the things that happens, obviously, in a World Cup, the longer the tournament goes, decision-making gets a little bit tougher. Mental fatigue is a real thing. And some of these athletes, no doubt, experiencing that. And something the top teams, as we head into the semi-finals tomorrow, will need to be right on top of.
Jamaica, outside.
Yes, Dehaney never doubting that throw-in was hers.
Contact goal shooter.
There's much better urgency today from Jamaica compared to yesterday in really pushing ahead while they can. Get the ball moving into attack quickly. Great ball from Vangelie. Another one of the shining lights for the Sunshine Girls. Piling on the goals. Almost 50 by half-time. Close to it.
Contact wing. Sorry, ladies. Throw in. In the circle. Outside, please.
Does the retrieving.
Out wide. Advantage, contact. Advantage, obstruction. Contact, goalkeeper. Zimbabwe. Contact, goalkeeper, penalty.
Well, I want to be quick here
Time.
because there is time here for Zimbabwe to add one more.
Go towards where both of you step in. There. On my wait for my whistle. Wait. Go. Go back. Wait for my whistle.
So it's not going to count.
Goalkeeper, come next to her. Wait for my whistle. Go back.
Well, just as well she got that. It would have been very harsh if she hadn't. There is the horn for halftime. Sharon Buonali lets herself have a little bit of a smile. Good quarter for Jamaica. They've extended their lead even more. 24-8 in that quarter. And at the break, it is Jamaica leading Zimbabwe 47-24. Well, they're looking pretty relaxed, aren't they, Zimbabwe? And well, they should. They've had a great campaign here in Liverpool. So 47-24, Jamaica leading Zimbabwe. Third quarter about to start, and there it is.
Advantage obstruction, wing defence.
So Jamaica have emptied the bench somewhat with Rebecca Robinson coming into the goal attack role to replace Shanice Beckford. Khadijah Williams into wing attack. Jodie-Ann Ward across to wing defence. Some pretty impressive volume so far in this game for Jamaica. 23 goals in the first quarter, 24 in the second.
And there's Joyce Takadza on now at goal shoot for Zimbabwe, as I mentioned. Had that nasty looking injury yesterday. Good news is she doesn't seem to be unduly affected. Back on court.
Contact, goalkeeper.
It's a good feed from Robinson. Nice quick release and well placed.
Yes, please.
Getting involved in the shooting early.
Zimbabwe. Goal attack, break.
Another change too for Zimbabwe. Adelaide Musgrave on
Advantage wing
court
attack,
at wing defence rather. She hasn't seen a lot of court time, Musgrave. But I think this is just her second appearance here in Liverpool.
She's actually been based in the UK, Jen, as a part of 7 Stars in the UK Super League. As a part of their training squad. So she'll be no doubt ready to go.
And this looks awkward for, well, certainly not for Imelda Aiken, but it does look awkward for the
Zimbabwe.
goal defence, Kwangwa.
Good work, Jodie-Ann Ward, inside line. Gets the tip and the pick up from her teammates. Moving the ball well.
Contact, goalkeeper.
That's the other change for Zimbabwe. Charlene Makusha on at goalkeeper.
Jamaica.
So here they come across the bottom of your screen.
Advantage centre obstruction.
Oh, good skills, Aiken. So good at full stretch. Bit wayward with the shot, but Robinson picks up the rebound.
Zimbabwe.
Full stretch, one hand. 6-1 start to this quarter. Out of the blocks pretty quickly, Jamaica.
Well, it was a hold, I think, for Takeda, but it was Bonali who shot across and filled it. Worked beautifully.
It's almost a bit of an unintentional screen there between the two shooters.
I suppose any screen will do.
That's right.
Contact.
Worked well for them.
Goalkeeper. 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 Come back to where it was. Thank you.
Makusha there, exciting young defender.
Yes. Reset. Advantage moving off, goalkeeper.
Shamira Sterling having a fabulous season for the Adelaide Thunderbirds out in the Australian League. Nicely done to Keita. So Jamaica now with this 54-27 lead. It's an interesting conundrum almost for Jamaica, isn't it? Because, look, they're ranked second in the world, but they don't have quite the same resource or money as those other top-ranked countries.
Yeah, I think it's something that a lot of people forget. I think Jamaica as a national team need a lot more support to be able to go to the next step. And while they've always been quite in and around the marks of medals in major competitions, the sheer athleticism of their athletes have got them a long, long way. So you can just imagine a little bit more funding in the program, a little bit more resourcing, and more opportunity to play against the top countries regularly. You've seen the quad series take place between Australia, New Zealand, South Africa and England, and the improvement that has been in the South African game most of all. Jamaica need that. They need that more regular competition and exposure to go to the next step.
And it's the old thing, isn't it, Dan? Where do you get the money from? That is brilliant from Bonali. Oh, and it's unfortunate Zimbabwe weren't rewarded there because it all started down this end with... Oh, I thought she was going to do it again. Charlene Makusha says, thank you, I'll have that. Well, she's come on and made an instant impact.
Obstruction.
Again, significantly smaller than her opponent.
Obstruction, goal third. Goalkeeper, contact.
Takeita's got the hold.
Contact. It's obstruction, goal defence, both players. Both out.
You could almost see Stacey and Facey suddenly realised what she was going to do. Watch this.
Impressive.
Obstruction taken. Zimbabwe.
Robinson shooting well at 3 from 3.
I always love the combination that Jamaica so often has in that shooting circle, the very tall goal shoot, and then the quite slight and fast goal attack.
It's been such a trademark of their game for decades, hasn't it, Jen? All the way back to the 90s and earlier, perhaps, of having the tall shooter and the fast little running goal attack. And it's so uniquely Jamaican.
Sorry, Zimbabwe.
Oh, they've had some fabulous players over the years, rather. Connie Francis, Sasha Gay Henry, of course, was a coach for a while, but she was a super player.
Simone Forbes, too, was a brilliant playmaking goal attack that played basketball as well for Jamaica, a really talented athlete.
Oh, classy, Takeda.
Oh, good work, Dehaney again from behind. Gets the disruption.
Where you are.
Well, she'll be enjoying the court time. Doesn't get a lot when Shamira Sterling's around. To watch those two careers, actually. They're similar age. Sterling 23, Dehaney 22. Oh, awkward.
Hold time, goalkeeper, that was dangerous. It's a warning. It's there. Can you just come on? Just wipe round here for me, please.
Let's just have a look at what happened here.
On my whistle.
Well, she's just used her body to push her out of the way, slightly bent over, got underneath
Zimbabwe.
Romelda.
Well, you could almost argue that Aiken was going where there was just no room to go. Tough.
Advances goal
Certainly
attack
no ill
obstruction.
intention.
Rounded offside. Obstruction.
You mentioned the careers of Sterling and Dehaney. Dehaney, of course, at the Melbourne Vixens and growing all the time. I think they're a club that's really impressed with her development from when she first arrived in 2017 into the team, improving the footwork, the training quality, working in a gym, step by step, getting better every single week. And to be honest, every time she's been out on the court for the Vixens, she's really delivered.
Obstruction and offside.
So is an athlete that takes her chances when they present themselves and is only going to get better.
And you know, that chances, opportunities, it's sort of almost been a theme of this World Cup because there's so much talk has been about the rise of the African nations. Zimbabwe, of course, exemplifies it, but South Africa in the semis for the first time for Yonks. Uganda, Malawi also right up there.
Contact goal shooter.
And of course next year, or not next year, in 4 years' time, next World Cup is in South Africa, and I just went to a launch a couple of hours ago and they were very much emphasising that yes, it's about South Africa, but more than anything, it's about Africa. And waking up the sleeping giant were the words used.
Well, you think about the World Youth Cup in Botswana, where Zimbabwe obviously played, and a lot of the under-21s in that team have been elevated into the senior squad. So you could just see what happened just through that exposure of playing in that major competition.
Yes.
You think in 4 years' time, these African nations, particularly the three that we see, plus South Africa, they're going to be absolutely lethal come that World Cup in 4 years' time.
Yeah. Something to really look forward to. It's never been held in Africa before, and I think it was a good decision by the INF to take the next event to Cape Town.
And the crowds, unreal.
Centre beside.
Oh, well worked.
We've tied this second quarter up, this third quarter up now at 10 goals apiece. So a really good response after the halftime break. Jamaica just not having the same assertion as they did in attack.
Goal shooter outside the circle. Obstruction.
Stepping from Aiken.
Oh, the long ball. Dehaney puts a stop to that. That came from a long way out.
Advantage wing obstruction.
Oh, yes, I'll have that, says Kwangwa. They're quick to snap up anything that's loose.
Goalkeeper contact.
Lordy on the edge of the circle, distinctive headband.
Stand next to her, keeper.
Zimbabwe in front for this quarter. 11-10. And the centre pass to come. The crowd is singing. Oh, Benali, yes, there was the call.
Oh, how's the take?
Ah, this is great from the Zimbabwe Gems.
Advantage break, wing defence. Contact, goalkeeper.
a bit of a spark about them now, isn't it? Here's the long ball, full
Goalkeeper,
stretch.
next to the goal shooter, please.
And the shot to finish too.
Zimbabwe!
Siachatema goes back. Very wise captain. Oh, beautiful. Scoots around, picks up her own rebound and finishes the job. Zimbabwe, what a time they've had. 12 from 15 since Joyce Takesda came on court.
There's another chance too. Just chipping away in this quarter, Zimbabwe. Great drive. There's the speed from the skipper and the high ball.
Oh, shooter contact! Advantage moving, shooter!
Well, here you are. You can see for yourself what's happened
Defense.
in these 3 quarters. First 2 clear, but look what happened at half-time. Well, I don't know what happened at half-time, but certainly Zimbabwe 13-11 in this 3rd quarter.
Advantage obstruction wing defense.
It was interesting. I was thinking at halftime that this could be an opportunity for Jamaica to hit the century. They were so close to the 50-goal mark after 30 minutes that perhaps that opportunity just to tighten the screws and really run it home, but they've let that opportunity go.
With me.
And full credit to Zimbabwe for the way they've come out after the main
Wing
break.
defense contact, goal third.
There it is, the big blow.
Advantage
59-38. It's not the lead it was. There's Kwangwa, holds things up again.
Yes. Yep. Advantage offside, wing defense.
Oh, good fight from Zimbabwe. They come away with it.
Almost fighting amongst each other to get that ball.
Absolute desperation.
Advantage contact, wing
Just over
defense.
30 seconds left. Gee, they can really dominate this quarter, Zimbabwe.
Centre contact.
Malordi hoists. Oh, nice
Going
work.
in the
Dehaney.
circle. Where the ball is.
He decades it onto it. She knows there's not all that much time.
Yeah.
Just protecting her front space. One leg. Facey pulls in the rebound.
Oh, shoot at obstruction.
Oh, yes, she can finish it. Oh, in fact, the goal is not counted. But finishing with a flourish, Jamaica. But it was a good quarter for Zimbabwe. They'd won that 15-minute period, 14-12. But overall, it is Jamaica leading Zimbabwe 59-38. And here comes Zimbabwe for the final 15 minutes. 59-38, Jamaica in front. Malordi in position for Zimbabwe. 15 minutes remaining in this game. Remember, the winner of it goes through to the playoff for 5th and 6th.
Advantage offside, centre.
Misunderstanding. You could see Kadzadza go the other way.
And welcome to the game, Shamira Sterling.
Goalkeeper contact.
So 11-goal margin.
Keeper, move beside.
And I wonder if her introduction is just a sign that, yes, actually Jamaica is taking this game seriously, and perhaps Zimbabwe were getting a little bit close.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really important for Jamaica to push on here, and obviously a good start from Zimbabwe. You'd be pretty confident in backing them in to finish off this job, but the margin is certainly going to be questionable considering how well Zimbabwe came out in that 3rd quarter. So opportunities are there.
shooter.
So no luck that time for Zimbabwe. Angela Williams has got a whack on the hand.
Valid obstruction.
And the winner of this game for 5th and 6th will play the winner of the next one now. That's between Malawi and Uganda.
Oh, great shot, Robinson.
Sorry, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Valid obstruction wing.
Thought for a moment she was settling for the shot, but
Goalkeeper.
in the end,
Side keeper. Stand beside a keeper.
gets her here in the right spot and then puts the ball in the right spot as well. So 62-38.
Valid offside. Obstruction. In here. Goal defence obstruction. Goal defence obstruction. Zimbabwe.
Another one for Robinson. She's been happy to attack the post from mid-range today.
Valid contact. Valid obstruction.
Siachatema just waits for Decade to come out. Bonali.
Contact wing defence. Throw in. Zimbabwe. Yes, goal attack.
Angela Williams back on court in that goal defence position with Sterling.
Possession shooter. Contact.
Pretty good defensive duo, those two as a combination.
Goalkeeper, just come next to her, please. Valid goal attack obstruction. Valid centre obstruction. Valid offside centre.
Oh, beautiful hands from Romelda Aiken. Look, I think she's lost probably a little bit of her speed, but she more than makes up with it just for knowing exactly what she can and can't do.
Well, it's just the skills that improve so much, hasn't it? The ability to take the ball with one hand, the ability to get out there and offload the pass. Really grown in those areas of her game.
That's what they say about older players, isn't it? Yes, they're getting older, maybe a little slower, but they are often very much smarter. Mind you, those are older players who have told me that.
Zimbabwe.
So 10.5 minutes remaining in this game. 65-40.
Offside wing defence. Contact. Advantage goal. Centre obstruction.
A good touch on the ball, Dean Thomas on the feed. In the centre for Jamaica.
Obstruction goalkeeper. Zimbabwe.
Oh, Angela Williams.
Replaying.
Closing speed sensational. Just great first ball commitment.
Valid wing obstruction. Goalkeeper obstruction.
And look, Jamaica are just having these periods of play where they make it look so easy after having, you know, pretty sloppy quarter in the third. They've tidied it up in the fourth.
Jamaica. yep.
Yeah, and most of their matches over the past 3 days, they've always had one quarter that's been a little bit below their standard, I would say, and then 3 really dominant ones where they've just piled on the goals.
Shooter obstruction.
That was skill from Kwangwa.
Oh, Evangeline Williams again, just stalking the midcourt. Comes away with another intercept. Great work from the goal defence.
Half time, please.
Error from Malordi, dropping the ball. Jamaica make the most of it. Long shot for Aiken.
Rowan.
Too long.
Goal shooter. Obstruction. Varney's off the side. Varney
They're pretty
obstruction.
pleased, the Zimbabwe fans. Many of them have travelled a long way. Come here with a ranking of 13th. And even if they lose this game, which it does look as though they're going to, they'll be playing off for 7th and 8th. And they'll be playing against the loser of the next game. And that's between Malawi and Uganda.
Jamaica.
So no wonder they're happy.
They suffered a heavy loss to Malawi yesterday, so I'm sure they'd love a second bite at their African neighbours.
Now Kwangwa said, well, look, I'll take that and send it down court.
Contact wing defence. Centre third.
Oh, lovely take.
Obstruction.
Sharon Bonali, she's shown some nice skill.
Yes, goal shooter.
She's really worked that baseline space quite nicely and really confident on the feed to go over the top of the Jamaican defence.
Held.
I think what's been really impressive about Zimbabwe in this World Cup, even though they've lost a couple of games heavily, their scoring volume has always been quite high. So in some losing games, they're still sitting around the 40 mark, and that's pretty decent, all things considering. So they're certainly a team that can put the goals on the board. It's just about winning a few more possessions defensively.
Advantage not on side, goal attack. Advantage wing obstruction.
Their lowest score, 36 to New Zealand. But other than that, it's been 43, 66, 51, 37, and 79. So pretty consistent in most parts.
Contact, goal attack. Advantage obstruction, wing defence.
Sterling plays that back space so well.
Contact, goal attack.
Oh, she's a superstar, Shamira Sterling, a very young one, following in the footsteps of this woman. Now, I must admit, I did just look up the age of Romelda Aiken because I thought, gee, she must be getting on. She's 30. She must have been pretty young when she first made her way onto the world stage. Because really, these days, 30 in international netball isn't much.
Advantage offside. Contact.
And I think the plan is for Romelda to keep going as well.
Zimbabwe.
No signs of retiring just yet. Making a great career out of being a professional athlete.
Advantage contact, goal attack.
Yeah, and that's what the message about netball is. It's providing pathways for women. Nice pass in from Malordi to Takeda.
Jamaica.
4.5 minutes left in this game. 72-44. Jamaica all over it. Regained their equilibrium in this fourth quarter. They lead at 13-6. You can see for yourself the breakdown. So just that quite serious blip in the third quarter.
Almost from Sterling.
Contact, goalkeeper. Zimbabwe! Contact in defence. Contact, goalkeeper.
That was going to be very clever. Not needed in the end.
Jamaica! Running obstruction!
Oh, deft.
Obstruction, vantage goal, Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe bring it across
That is
to the other side of the court.
Oh, Sterling set up for her and works well in partnership with Jodie Ward to win that ball. The transition is good. Just held up on the circle edge. Good recovery from Zimbabwe to slow that ball down. They were under all sorts of pressure.
Just here, goalkeeper beside.
Robinson adds one more for Jamaica. 74-46.
Wing defence, contact.
Certainly not the Tundan, but it's a convincing victory for Jamaica.
Throw in, Jamaica.
Well, their highest score was 85 against Fiji in the opening round.
Contact, wing attack, centre third.
This looking likely to be their second highest scoring game of the tournament.
Obstruction, keeper. Keeper beside her. Zimbabwe. Breaking goal attack, free pass. Running obstruction.
Couple of turnovers in the last passage of the play here, back and forward.
You can't help but think in the wash-up to this World Cup how much Jamaica will look back on that 3-goal loss to South Africa on day 3. They let South Africa get out to a massive lead. And it looked as though they were going to run them down, but then the Proteas, well, they fought back. And simply, Jamaica could not get up.
Very hard for the Sunshine Girls to recover from that loss. Highly publicised.
Yes, talk of all sorts of changes, recriminations, this and that. We'll just have to wait and see. There's always something going on in Jamaican netball. That is for sure. Sterling gets the show on the road. Final minute.
Vantage obstruction, wing. Goalkeeper, obstruction. Jamaica.
They can add one more here if they'd like to. I'm sure they would.
Playing some nice angles in that front line, on and off the circle. Goal attack comes out to release.
Throw in.
Oh. Well, it was a good idea from Romelda Aiken, and of course, she has a little chuckle to herself. If it works, it's brilliant. If it doesn't, not so much, but never mind. It is a 30-goal victory to the Sunshine Girls. They have beaten Zimbabwe 77-47.
Zimbabwe go forward to the 7th-8th playoff match.
Well, smiles all round after this game. Zimbabwe, well, they'd be pleased with the third quarter, but really in the end, the Jamaicans just too strong.
Yeah, great response from the Sunshine Girls in the final 15 minutes. 18-9 taking that quarter, and 77 goals on the board, a pretty good effort. But also to Zimbabwe to post 47 goals against that type of defence line. A pretty solid job from the Gems as well.
Thank you very much. I'm with Pauline Jenny, and this World Cup, Pauline, just seems to get better and better for Zimbabwe, doesn't it? Not a win today, but another fine performance.
Yeah, I just want to say to my girls, thank you so much for the defense, and we tried our best and we improved so much in our defense and shooting. Yeah.
18 out of 18 for you. That's a good day's work, isn't it? Against some of the best defenders in the world.
Yeah, that's why we are happy. So because we compete with Jamaica, it's a good game. It's not bad. So I just want to say thank you to the supporters. Thank you to everyone for your support. Love you all.
And how much as a group do you feel you've developed and learned in such a short space of time?
I think to us it's great because we are learning a lot here. It's our first time, so we are happy because we beat other countries. We didn't accept that, but it's fine. It's cool because we tried so much. I want to say thank you, and I want to say to my coaches, thank you to believe with us. Nothing to say.
What a fabulous week. Well played.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And here we go. Zimbabwe have the stage.
Thanks very much, Jenny. Well, over there is part of the reason, isn't it, why everybody has loved you during this World Cup, and also for putting on another performance today like we saw from your team.
Yeah, I thought we were let down by some dubious officiating today. I was not very happy about it, but otherwise I think we played well, especially in the third quarter. We made a few mistakes here and there that cost us the game as well. But kudos to the girls, they played well.
And how much, as a side, do you think, how much as a team do you think your side has learned from playing in big arenas, from playing against sides like Jamaica in atmospheres like that, and also being appreciated so much?
Yeah, I would say as much as we are learning, we give them a good run for the game. So I think we'll go back home and try to do whatever we were doing wrong to do it right. I think we're going to be there in future.
I'll let you go off and carry on dancing with the rest of your team. Thank you very much. Marvette, come over. Well, Marvette, we know it wasn't the game you wanted to play in, the 5th and 6th playoff, but you have to do what you have to do, don't you, when you're there?
Definitely. It's the best that we can do given the circumstances, and that's what we're going to do.
And at times today, you were at your fluid, fast best, weren't you?
Definitely. Ladies are really up to the task. We're playing for 5th and 6th, not because we are not good enough or we're not good enough to play higher up, but things happen. It wasn't meant to be, and we just accept it and have moved along.
Hard to imagine, isn't it? 3-goal loss against South Africa, and it would all be so different, wouldn't it?
Definitely. 3 goals made a difference.
But anyway, you're here and you're going to just party on for a little bit longer.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Thanks, Marvette.